Hello, my Stampin' friends. Welcome back to Jody Breckbill's Stampin' Queen. This is another Movie Monday for you. I'm still sharing some of my wow techniques that I did at my class a couple weeks ago. And this one I learned at my Uppity Up Lines meeting. Connie had a meeting and one of the girls there did a demonstration, Tiffany. Big shout out to Tiff if you're listening. And she showed this exact card and showed me how to do it. And I was like, that's so cool. Super easy, super quick, but just a little bit of a wow factor. So this is a version of our Northern Lights technique. We've done that one before in my wow class. And I just want to show you how to do it to get this really neat effect on your card. Now I'm going to try and do it on here. It may start rocking the video a little bit too much and I don't want you guys to throw up or anything. So I may have to stop it while I finish. But let's see where we get. So I'm going to use my Jingle All the Way stamp set from the Holiday Mini Catalog, and we're going to use our Jingle All the Way stamp here. And there's a set of framelits that comes with this stamp set, Sleigh Ride framelits, and I went ahead and cut that out using Mr. Big. So I got my super cute little horse and my little sleigh here, and I'm going to use rich raspberry ink. And this is really it for stamping. Some of these wow techniques are a lot less stamping, more techniquing. So I'm going to stamp my Jingle All the Way right there and just kind of set him aside because I'm going to get pretty inky fingers, I think, and I don't want to mess with the white horse there. So I'm going to take, oh, this is the framelit, by the way. There's the horse and sleigh, there's trees, and there's also a little row of houses that's really cute. And it's really not prominently displayed in the holiday catalog, so it wasn't something that I really had my eye on. But once I saw some different techniques done with it, some different cards done with it, I had to get it. And I think these little framelits are just so cute for a little doodah along the bottom of your card. Makes it kind of pretty. So just regular good old Whisper White cardstock, and we're going to start off with Tempting Turquoise, and I'm just going to use my sponge daubers, kind of pounce some color in there and just start at the bottom. And the best thing to do when you're doing this technique, instead of dabbing, where you see how you'll kind of get the outline of your sponge the entire time, is more just rubbing. Okay, so we're going to start some turquoise there. How bad am I rocking? Not too bad, I guess. So just do some color along here. You can always add more color. So I always say start lighter and add darker if you want. And because your horse is going to ride down here at the bottom, you don't need a whole lot of, you don't need to go the whole way to the bottom of the page because the horse will be down here. So Tempting Turquoise there. The next color I'm going to come in with is our Rich Raspberry. Another dauber, sponge in there, and you definitely want to have some coverage. Okay, so you want to come down over your turquoise. And then I also took this one the whole way to the top. And the more ink you add, the darker color you'll get. Okay, so I'm kind of rocking a little bit. So hang on just a minute while I finish this out. So you guys can see how I really went to the edge of my card there, and I came down over and colored my blue a little bit as well. The final step is going to be our Night of Navy. And you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to actually come down and color over as well. And then you're going to keep doing that all over the whole paper so that you want to color from the top to the bottom. All right, so hang on just a minute and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, you still with me? So you can see how I really went way dark at the top with the Night of Navy. So you really want to see the gradient from the light turquoise, the raspberry kind of in here, and then the really dark navy at the top. So our final step is to take a little bit of water. Okay, so I just have some water in here, just regular old tap water, and you're just gonna, I just dipped my fingers and just started flicking, okay? So that I just had some water spots on my card. This actually is water, not bleach. A lot of people thought that we were doing some bleaching technique, but this is just water. It's actually going to dry onto your card, and then can you see how it kind of pushed the ink a little bit, and now you have really pretty little water spots on there. Okay, so what I would do is let this dry. You want to be careful when you're flicking your water, what all is getting wet, especially if you're stamping with a neighbor. You want to make sure that you don't flick water all over them as well. You could also, of course, you know, use a paintbrush and tap that on there. I think I want a couple more flicks on there. Okay, so you can see how it's starting to dry. If you're in a hurry, you could take your heat tool and just kind of go over it a little bit to help it dry a smidge. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and proceed here. So what I think I'll do next is go ahead and glue my horse down. And I'm going to put a little mono adhesive. I just want a little bit on this leg, a little smidgy on the horse there. And make sure I cover up. Okay, so of course I made my horse a little bit bigger than I needed to, and I don't have my scissors here to cut them off, but so I would trim off my extra there, and then I would just mount that onto my piece of Night of Navy or Rich Razzleberries. This is a darker card, so maybe I would want some Rich Razzleberry behind that, or even a little pop of the turquoise. And actually what I had wanted to do is to have a little bit more turquoise show. So I might come down a little bit farther, do a little strip of turquoise here, and just bring my horse down a little bit farther and catch those edges there. So this one's a work in progress, but I really what I was about was I wanted to show you how to do that really cool technique. So I learned that at my meeting from Tiffany, who is like the technique master. She always has some cool things to show us. So thank you so much for dropping by, and hopefully I'll catch you next Monday at the movies.